Today we're moving on to lesson 2.2. We're going to break this up into a couple parts. We're talking about the standard form of a quadratic. Standard, why is it black? Okay, here's our standard form. We talked about this before. Okay, to graph it in standard form, we need a few things. It says we need to start by finding the vertex, but actually we're going to start with the axis of symmetry first. And that is this equation here. It says the x value, or the x coordinate of our vertex, remember our vertex is hk when we have vertex form. It's also a point on the graph and has an x coordinate and a y coordinate. It's saying that the x coordinate is equal to negative b, so it's the opposite of this coefficient, divided by 2 times a, and a is this coefficient. The good news about a is that this a is the very same value that we had in vertex form. Okay, remember vertex form is this here, saying these two are the same. So we have a couple quadratic functions. Let's find the vertex, and then we'll write it in vertex form. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to label A, B, and C. Here, A equals 1, B equals -6, and C equals 10. I'm going to use the fact that the x-coordinate of my vertex is the opposite of b divided by 2 times a. Then I'm just going to replace these letters with what they actually are. I'm going to substitute. So I have negative b divided by 2 times a. That's 6 over 2. So that means the x-coordinate of my vertex is 3. To find the y-coordinate, I replace 3 with these x values here. So let's use function notation. F of 3 equals 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 10. Do the math, and I have my y-coordinate is 1. So here's the vertex. Now how would we write this in vertex form? So remember I have hk because it's my vertex. So y equals, a is still 1. So I have just 1a is right there, minus 3 squared plus 1. And this is the same quadratic in vertex form. I'll do the same thing here. I'm going to label A, B, and C. So let's divide this page. A equals 2, B equals -8, C equals 5. I am going to use green now. Remember, x equals -b over 2a. I'm going to replace these variables with what numbers they actually are. So I have -b divided by 2a. It's 8 over 4. It equals 2. So the x-coordinate is 2. I need to find this y-coordinate, okay? So let's find the y-coordinate. I need f of 2, and I just replace it. I replace x with the x-coordinate. I do the math, and I get my y-coordinate is -3. Remember, this is just hk in vertex form. Those are the letters that we get from vertex form. It's our x and y coordinate of the vertex. So I was going to write this in vertex. What just happened? If I'm going to write this in vertex form, it would be y equals, a is still 2, or a is still the same a. So it's 2 times x minus 2 squared minus 3. And this is the vertex form of our standard form. This is a quadratic in context. So we have a function. It describes the profit of a company's earnings for selling headphones at different prices. Let's say if this was more realistic, it would be thousands in the thousands, right? Company doesn't sell like 10 headphones a month nationwide. Okay. What's the maximum profit the company can expect to earn? Well, first things first, let's look at this. The graph is going to look like a parabola, okay? It's going to look like this. Sorry, I got a little squiggly there, okay? And there's going to be a high point. Why did I draw it opening down? Because A is negative. So I know that the parabola opens down. So let's get this set up. First of all, I'm going to label A, B, and C. The high point of this curve is going to be the vertex. Okay, that equals the absolute max value. Okay, it's the absolute largest y value we will get. So let's set this up. Our x-coordinate for the vertex is negative b over 2a. That equals negative 700 divided by 2 times negative 10. Negative 700 over negative 20 equals 35. Now we need to find the y value. Let's switch to black for that. So y, this will be our max profit at 35, right? So let's just say, I like to change it. F of 35 gives us our max profit at 35. That's going to equal negative 10, and my x value is 35, plus 700 times 35 minus 6,000. So I plugged it in, and then I did the maths, and our max profit is going to be 6,250. So that means, I didn't read the question correctly, it's not in quantity, it's at prices. So if we sell headphones for $35 per unit at different prices, we earn a profit of $6,250.